Welcome into the Snow the Goalie Dev Camp series. We are joined by none other than Flyers' first-round pick, Porter Martone. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me on.
Again?
Yes,
Yeah,
again.
this is fast. Twice in like a week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody's ever been that fast as a guest on our show.
And I do have to ask, because in fairness, to be taken 6th overall, you're going to get a ton of media requests on the day of the draft. If you had to guess, how many different media hits do you think you made from the time the pick was announced until you finally got to put your head on the pillow at night?
Oh, that's a tough question. Because, to be honest, I don't remember much from that night. I blanked out kind of a bit after I got drafted. You kind of had the main ones like Sportsnet, ESPN, TVA Sports right after. But then after that, you kind of get bombarded. You go through a little media gauntlet. I would probably say close to 50.
Wow. Insane.
Yeah.
That's why, when you're like, oh, yeah, we talked to you then, I was like, well, I kind of feel like it's got to be a little bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah, I know it is. After you get picked, walking up to the stage, I don't remember much. And then really after, I feel like after you do, your ESPN Sports interviews and then you get behind the stage kind of with, the Flyers media people, then it kind of sinks in. You just got drafted. But, it was such a fun day. A big thing for me, my dad told me to, just, enjoy that day, and then you could start working after that.
Right.
Just really enjoy that day you got drafted, be where your feet are, and that's something that I wanted to do.
I got to ask, just because I was annoyed by it.
Oh, good. You're asking when I was. Okay.
Yes, I was annoyed by it, and I made a big thing about it, and I think some of the fans agreed with me on this one. But what was it like for you? Because I thought it was awkward when they had you in that little, what did they call it, the interview hut or whatever the thing was?
The alcove behind the stage.
Talk to Danny and Jonesy and those guys. Wasn't that did that seem a little bit weird in that little tight little area over there?
It was a little bit awkward just because you're talking to them through a screen. I'm used to when I've talked to them through person.
Yeah.
And that's usually how after you get picked, whatever you're talking to them in person. But you know what? I think they did a great job. They started off some great questions and they kept it fun too. So it was maybe a little bit awkward, but I would say they did a really good job compared to some other teams and what happened.
Seemed weird.
I think mine was actually, it went pretty smooth. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, because you would think that, you've talked to them a bunch. Then you have that. I assume once you get off the stage, you have another call with them or something, right? There's probably another time that you talk.
Yeah.
It's not quite as
Yeah. Even there, I feel like they did a good job kind of starting up the convo with me, and then just the interview girl asked them a question, and it went pretty smooth, I think, for my case. But I did talk to them after, kind of more just private. But you know what, it was good. It was definitely a different draft. I think everyone's kind of said that. For me, I got to experience the Sphere the year before. I went and watched that. I had a couple buddies had taken, and then I go to that. It is different. There's no teams there. Yeah. Less people because it's in a theater, but what, I'll give props to NHL. I think they did the best they could, and they did a great job with it. So what, it was still a fun time and a good experience.
You've been through a whirlwind in this last week. You get drafted Friday in LA, you're 3-hour time zone away, and then you come right into development camp. Are you looking forward to getting this over with and then getting a few days to just kind of relax and let everything soak in a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I'm actually going to be staying up here for an extra week to kind of start my summer training up here. But yeah, it is a whirlwind. It's a lot. Being in LA with my family, I had a couple events there before the draft I did, and then you get drafted. And kind of like I said, I really wanted to enjoy that day. And then after that, you're on a flight here. But you know what? It's been fun. They've done a great job with all the prospects here. They've been keeping us busy, whether it's on the ice, off the ice. But, I am excited to, see my parents, my sister as well, kind of just, talk about the trip in LA, talk about me getting drafted and kind of the whirlwind that I've been through here.
We kind of talked on draft night. This is before we even had you on, before you were taken. It was funny. The Zegras trade that was made a few days before the draft, there were, everybody on the outside kind of wondered, all right, does this change the calculus for the team? It felt like they were going to go center at number 6. And then the Zegras trade happened and we went, all right, maybe you all of a sudden become a much more realistic target. Leading up to the draft, do you feel like the conversation with the Flyers changed at all? That kind of gave you maybe a little bit more of a signal that if they were interested before, maybe it feels like a little bit more concrete?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Really?
I think at the combine and at dinner, I felt really good with them. I think we connected really good, and I had some good chats with them. I knew they were interested, and then I think it was the Tuesday before I left. The Tuesday before the draft, I had another Zoom call with them, just kind of a couple last minute talks and questions for me. And I still thought they had interest, and if I felt like I was there at 6, I had a good feeling that I could go to the Flyers, and that trade might have changed something for them and the kind of way they approach the draft, but I had a feeling kind of deep down that they're always interested as a possible destination for me.
I got to ask this question because we hear a lot about all the reports about teams having dinners with you guys, right? So first part of the question is, how many, just if you had to guess, how many different teams did you have the dinner with up at the Combine?
I had 2 dinners at the Combine, and I had two dinners before I went to the Combine in Toronto.
Okay.
It's a lot of dinner.
Yeah, it's a lot of steaks.
It's a lot of steak.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah,
you get a lot of meals out of this thing.
Getting wine
too,
and
right?
dine's not so bad.
Yeah.
Get a bad case of gout eating all those steaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Obviously, this is you've talked already pretty much at length about your goals and your intentions here. Your intention is to make this NHL roster. When you've now that you've been on the ice for a few days and you've kind of seen what the Flyers are asking of you right now, like what do you think has to happen for you between today and September when you come back for camp to kind of get you to the point where you think that you have a shot to do that?
Yeah, obviously, I think a big thing for me is to have a big summer, and for me, that's working on everything. For me, I'm never the best at anything. And I want to go in every day, and I'm going to get better at every little skill I work on. So I'm going to talk to the development staff after here, and kind of see what they want to see me improve on in the summer. And I do come into training camp, and I'm better than when I left today. And I went over the World Championships, and just through that month working with those NHL players, I could see I only played in 2 games over there, two tournament games, 2 pre-tournament games, and just from practice with them, I probably got so much better. And it just is the way you're practicing with them, you're being around them, you're learning the NHL lifestyle. So I think for me, being over there for a month with those NHL guys kind of gave me a one-up on other people in this draft. I got to live the NHL lifestyle already for a month, and see the way they work and practice, the way they prepare themselves. So going in the summer, I just want to continue to get better at everything. Definitely put on some more power, strength in my lower body in the gym, and then coming to training camp. And like I said, my spot's not going to be given to me. I'm going to have to earn it. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to try to give it my all, and do make it, just not make the open night roster, but stick up here for the whole season.
Any surprises at camp this week for you in terms of like, okay, wow, that was different, I wasn't prepared for that, or something that maybe you hadn't seen before that you just got introduced to now that maybe, or you didn't see at the World Championships either?
Yeah, I think like these development people, the staff here, they're great. You could tell they know what they're talking about. A lot of former NHL players, a lot of people think the game extremely well. So, they're giving me tips on kind of everything, especially like just having like Wayne Simmons, for example. He's went through all of it. He knows, he's played so many years in the NHL. So just like, even just like those little tips that you might not see watching the game, or I might not even notice, and he tells me, then I really think about it and I dial that in. It gives you another step to your game. So for me, the big thing for me is just, I'm open mind here. I'm taking everything in and just learn as much as possible.
The Simmons thing is interesting to me on a lot of levels. So the pictures come out, and you'd mentioned to the media, and then I guess you found the picture, right?
Yeah.
Where it's you as a little kid back around when you were my height, I guess. And then to be on the ice with him, it has to feel like, I don't know if surreal is the right word, but like to have been where you were as a kid, looking up to him as a player, all that, and then to be on the ice and he's trying to coach you of how to get to that next level. How wild of a feeling was that?
It is crazy because, you look back 10 years ago, you're like, I'm never going to see this guy again, right? Like, I met this guy at a practice, and then now he's helped me in development staff, with the team, I got drafted to. And, it's pretty cool. Like, even at the World Championships, it's like 2 years ago, I look back, Nathan McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, these guys are my role models. Like,
yeah,
these guys are up here, and now I'm their teammates 2 years later, and they, some of them stay in touch with me to this day. So it's crazy what hockey can do and kind of the connections you can make through it.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing about hockey is, the lifelong bonds you get to create with teammates. So it is special, and that's why I think hockey is such a special game.
I'll give you a perfect example. 20 years ago, downstairs in that locker room, I walked in one day as a reporter and got my head chewed off by this guy for giving him a bad grade at the midseason. I think I gave him a C. That's it, like as a grade.
It's
He started
bad.
yelling at me.
Yeah.
It's like, and now we're like good friends hosting a show together.
Yeah.
Right. So it just
Yeah.
goes to show you what time.
I didn't deserve to see, but
No, not at all. Not at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So some fun. Let's get to some fun stuff. I hear you guys are going to go over into the city today. Aside from cheesesteaks, what's the one thing in Philadelphia you're really looking to experience for the first time?
Okay, I've already experienced it before.
Yeah.
But what I want to see again is the Rocky Steps.
There we go.
Okay.
I ran up there once before when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
and I want to see it again. I love the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
And
I've done it.
yeah, I was a kid. I don't know if I ran up them. I walked most of the stairs, ran a couple of them, but I think it's just pretty special. This kind of, and it, not even just like the movie I like. I think it just means a lot. Like, you're from Philly, you're a hard worker. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, when you think of Philadelphia, you're a hard-nosed person.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. Like, that's what I'm I've seen it before, but I'm excited to go see it again.
Cool.
So you said that you like the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite Rocky opponent?
Drago.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
I break you.
pretty
Yeah.
bad. Pretty bad dude.
If
Yeah.
he dies, he dies.
He looked like a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still does.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things that we like to ask the guys, screen time is like it really depends on the guy. Right. So we talked to Jack and we talked to Carson. Very different people, apparently.
Mhm.
When you get away from the rink, do you spend more time watching stuff, streaming stuff? Do you spend more time? Do you play any video games? What do you do away from the rink?
So actually, for me, I don't play any video games. I've never had a console or anything in my entire life. I'm not really into that. I think this last week and leading up to the draft, I was probably watching some more things. Just
Trying to kill time.
kind of
Yeah.
right, leading up, and there's been lots of stuff. But yeah, for me, you know what? Like, when I'm alone, sometimes I get on my TikTok, scroll down Instagram. But for me, I'm very I like to be with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to be talking to other people. I like to, at a hotel, for example, this camp. I want to be in a room with the guys for the entire night and just be talking. But yeah, social media, I don't know. Like, I'm on a little bit. I wouldn't say. I would say probably below average.
Stay
Okay.
off of it as much as
Yes.
you can.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
Even the good stuff. It's like you get
No,
some
I
good.
like watching Netflix. I like watching
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
but
All right,
I'm
so what do you
not,
watch?
like,
So what are you watching? Like, was there a show that you're watching? Is there anything, or that you just completed watching that you recommend to
I
fans?
watch a couple. I've watched Suits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watch. Yeah, it's I don't know if it's actually here in the U.S. on Netflix. I can't watch it right now, but when I'm in Canada, I watch a show called The Rookie.
The
It's
Ricky.
It's like a police show.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yes, it was here.
It was in L.A. It was filmed
Yes,
in L.A., but
yeah.
I can't get a.
You have,
Yeah.
to have,
Netflix
you have to
in
have
the US.
VPN. You got to get the
Yeah.
flyers to hook you up with a
Yeah,
VPN.
but,
while you're there. Yeah.
I watch that, and then I do like some movies. I like a lot of comedy movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got
I
to
like to have
know.
a
We got to
little
know your
laugh.
brand of comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The slap shot guy.
I like Slapshot, but I'm more of Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Adam Sandler movies.
So
You're
you-
looking forward to Happy Gilmore 2 coming out at the end
I'm
of the
really
month.
excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it on Netflix. Looking now, it's like July 17th.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've even got
Yeah,
the
I'm
date
pumped about it.
down,
Yeah,
down
that's
pat.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
You talk about the generational shift here, right? Like
Yeah.
we're talking like I remember Happy Gilmore in '95.
I know, right?
Like watching when I was his age, or a
Yeah.
little bit older than
Yeah.
him.
Huh.
Now it's 25 years later,
Something
like that,
27 years
I
later.
was a
Yeah.
Sandler guy though. I like a lot of the Sandler
I think
movies.
you just throw it on before bed, gives you a little
Oh, yeah.
chuckle,
Yeah.
a little laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Ocean Gate thing yet? The thing that went down to Titanic. That's on Netflix.
No,
That
I haven't
one's-
seen it.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched.
So if
this.
you need,
a wild documentary.
it is insane.
Yeah, they were running that thing with a
You
video
have
game
Netflix
controller.
too. Watch,
Yeah.
watch the one with the shark woman, where she swims with great whites.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's a good
I've
one
seen
too.
a couple things on
Yeah.
that.
I watched the Poop Cruise one.
The what?
The Poop Cruise
That was
documentary.
unbelievable. I laughed.
We've lost you now.
Yeah.
So the documentaries are.
It's one of those
That's the one
train
with
wreck
the-
series.
Yeah.
You know, it's called Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they have it's
it was a cruise ship that just stopped all the power, lost all its power,
Wow.
and all the toilets backed up. So they were stuck,
on a cruise.
they were stuck on the cruise for 5 days.
Yeah, that's no good.
You guys
Yeah, it
are
was
talking
no
about
good.
Sandler now. Yeah. Talking
Well,
about
hey, it's the
poop,
same
you
kind
know?
of humor, right?
You
I
could
mean,
put that in a
I guess it
Sandler
depends.
movie.
I think
Yeah.
it would fit into a Sandler movie really
All right,
good.
favorite Sandler movie. Let's see. How many can you name? There's Big Daddy, right? There's.
I was just gonna say Happy Gilmore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with
I
that.
think
I was
it's
trying to think
probably
of another
right.
one.
You know
but,
what my
like,
favorite one is? That was like it's really obscure though. There was a Christmas one that he did called Eight Crazy,
Nights. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that.
that's a good one.
It's a mess of a movie.
Yeah,
I think Happy Gilmore is just classic.
I agree with you. That's
Just
Little Billy
classic
Madison.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison's Waterboy.
Back to School, like Happy that one.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
But yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I like another one more than Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think we got to wrap it there.
I think we do
Yeah,
too,
Porter's got other stuff to do, so
Yeah.
we really appreciate
Have
you
fun
taking
in the city
time.
today.
Yes, thank you very
Have
much.
fun, and
We got a little 3-on-3 tournament now, so
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
and then your scrimmage tomorrow, and then we'll catch up with you down the line. I have a
Yes.
feeling we'll see you again in September.
Yes.
Porter Martone, thank
Porter,
you for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Yes,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Awesome.